Hey, love, and welcome back to Loving Me, Loving You with Alondra Hopkins, the Abundant Coach. And to any returning loving ladies, I love you and I appreciate you. And to any new viewers, make sure you subscribe down below. Also, head over to Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify to listen to the show. Also, make sure you join the mailing list over at www.theabundantcoach.org. And yes, I'm sure you're wondering why my vibrations are so low. And God instructed me to be vulnerable and is giving me strength to be weak. I'm in the blurred lines. God dropped this concept into my spirit, and it would have been selfish of me to not share it. He told me, you're in the blurred lines. The blurred lines between what was and what is. The blurred lines between the way I used to dress and the way that I want to dress. The way that I currently dress versus where I want to be. The blurred lines between, is sex outside of marriage okay? Or do I want to be a wife? The blurred lines of loving my family but also wanting to detach, to grow. The blurred lines hurt. It hurts so bad to not know which way is up and which way is down, but to feel that push to just be patient, to feel that push to just have faith, to feel that push to know that it's going to work out, to know that everything is aligning again. But that pruning process, the pruning process of growing and becoming, and it's a bird right here. The pruning process of knowing that you are lovable as the version of yourself that you are, but there's so much more love to grasp hold of if we just keep going. We just keep walking, if we just keep fasting, if we just keep praying, if we just keep working, if we just make sure that we don't settle, the promise always comes after. It's gonna make sense, I promise you. Give love to yourself. Give grace to yourself one day at a time. Just walk. My heart is beating so fast, but it feels good to just release the voice that's within. Because that voice within you is so special. That story you have is so impeccable and indescribable. Why God strategically made you who you are. Strategically put you in that family, strategically put that passion within you, strategically gave you that vision in the midnight hour. Everything he did was strategic because he knew you were going to come to a moment in the blurred lines where you ask God, help me. Allow me to see again. Allow me to hear again. Allow me to glow again. Allow me to have my energy back. Lord, breathe your spirit once more because you are the same God yesterday that you are today. And you're going to be the same God forever. So don't get lost in the blurred lines. You're okay. You're safe. You're healing. You're growing. You're lovable. You're kind. You're humble. You are forgiven. You are trusted. You are deserving of friends. You are deserving of love. You don't have to isolate every time you see where you need to develop. You don't have to cut off the ties and the love and it's all a part of the process. Has God ever left or forsaken you? Is God a man that he shall lie? No. So remember who your God is. Remember who your God is. Remember that he knew who you were before he formed you in your mother's womb. I know you're still fighting to let the addictions go. Keep fighting. I know you don't know if it's okay to be should I be having sex outside of marriage? Should I not? Keep walking it out. God is going to deliver you. He's by your side. He's just a step away, a breath away, waiting for your humble heart to kneel again, waiting for your humble heart to repent again, waiting for your humble heart to believe that you are deserving of the now and the future. The blurred lines, they don't exist. It's about withdrawing what you need in the moments of confusion. It's about remembering how the process started to begin with. It started with you in your mother's womb. So if he knew the plans he had for you in the beginning, if he knew the plans he had for Eve in the beginning, if he knew the plans he had for Adam in the beginning, when he placed him in that place, in that garden, to name all of the animals, to be given a helpmate from his ribs. If God knew the plans he had for Eve to eat off that tree, even after he said that she shouldn't, you think he didn't have plans for that addiction? You think he didn't have plans for that relationship? You think he didn't have plans for that premature pregnancy? You think he didn't have plans for those suicidal thoughts? You think he didn't have plans for that? You think he didn't have plans for not knowing if you should be single or married? Do you think he didn't have plans for that? He already worked that out. You got to be still and know that God is God. You got to release control, surrender control, and walk it out. I love you.